Hello, everybody. Welcome to this webinar with Join a School in France and HEC Paris. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're well. We are going to start this webinar by a presentation of the application process with Join a School in France. And then Viktoriia Trofimova from HEC Paris will present you the school. And we will have also the testimonial of one of our alumni. So you will be able to ask all your questions to Viktoriia or myself, and of course, the alumni who will join us in a few minutes. So my name is Binta Kake. I'm an international project manager for Join a School in France.
And I'm Viktoriia Trofimova. It's super lovely to see so many people connecting today. And I will be representing HEC Paris during today's webinar. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Viktoriia. So you can ask your questions after we finish the presentation, but you can also write your question in the Q&A section on the webinar screen. So Join a School in France exists since 1984. And our main mission is to promote high studies in France and facilitate access to programs of excellence to international students. So Join a School in France is more than 40 years old. So just to explain to you in a few words, the Master in Management key aspects. The program lasts for 2 to 3 years, knowing that you can have a gap year, which is optional, between the first year, which is general classes, and then for the second year, you can choose your specialization. Each school have a set of many specializations that you can choose from. The program is taught in English and it's open to all fields. So we accept bachelor graduates with little to no professional experience. That means if you did an internship in the past, you are eligible to this program. So there is, of course, a strong international aspect to the program because schools have usually campuses in different cities worldwide, and our students are coming from all over the world. So you also get a strong professional network through job fairs, internship, apprenticeship, but you can also be asked to participate to study cases with businesses. And you have also campus associations and the alumni network. So all of our 5 schools, sorry, I forgot to mention that at the beginning, we represent 5 schools. So you have HEC Paris, ESCP, Business School, Audencia, Schema, and EM Lyon. And they are all ranked among the top international schools worldwide each year by the QS ranking and the Financial Times. So as I said previously, they have a very international environment because they have campuses worldwide. It's a very multicultural environment. You can pursue the MIM program abroad if you wish, and all the schools are certified by the label Bienvenue en France, which promotes the welcoming of international students in France. And you have to know also that the admissions process is very selective to maintain the excellence of the program. So HEC Paris was created in 1881, and it's really like a symbol of French academic excellence. It has been ranked the #1 business school in France and the #2 European business school for the MIM program by the Financial Times in 2025, so this year. And the #1 in the Master in Management worldwide based on the QS ranking. And #2 for the Master in Management worldwide for the Financial Times. And what is amazing about this school, 99% of the students graduating get hired after 3 months, 3 months after graduation. So about our process to apply with Join a School in France. You just have to fill an application online. Then you have the admissibility results that lead you to the interview step. Then you pass one interview, whether you're admissible for 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 schools, you will only pass one interview. And after the interview, you get your admission results and you know which schools are offering you admission. And if you have more than one school, you choose which school you would like to join. So it's a fair admission process. Whether you go through us, Join a School in France, or you go through the school directly, both options are treated fairly. And it's not because you apply at the same times with Join a School in France and HEC Paris that you will enhance your chances of admissions. Usually, whether it's us or HEC Paris who receive your application first, will treat your application. That means that if you applied first with Join a School in France, that's the application we will take in consideration. So the pre-requirements. So you have to have an international academic background. That means that your diploma has to be obtained outside of France. You have to have also a bachelor degree or licence or banquet for the Chinese students. So it's the equivalent of bac +3 or 4. Or you have to be in the final year of graduation. And if that's the case, we will ask you to provide a certificate from your school or university. And like I said previously, we are open to all fields. That means that even if you come from a field that is that has nothing to do with marketing or management, the program is open to other areas. So the required documents. So like I said, you only do one application online. We will ask you for your CV, updated CV, your passport or ID documents, ID picture, 2 letters of recommendation. We strongly recommend you provide academic and professional letter, but both academic letters are also accepted. You also have to provide an English test if you are not an Anglophone citizen or if you haven't studied in English. So you can pass the test of the TOEIC, the TOEFL, the IELTS, or the Cambridge certificate, and your test has to be no more than 2 years. So the test is valid for 2 years. Then you have to pass the management test. So you have the choice with GRE, GMAT Focus Edition now, the TAJMAJ, and the TASEM. The TASEM is a test that has been developed especially for the CCI, Join a School in France. And only students who are based in Africa can contact us to pass this test because it's a test in French and online. You also have to provide your diploma or school certificates, your transcripts, all of your transcripts, and you have to process a payment online from the CCI that will issue an invoice. And the payment fees are 250 euros for the 5 schools. You only pay one time. So to develop a little bit on the management test, they are valid for 5 years. So for the GMAT, when you pass the test, you have to send your results to Join a School in France. And then you take a screenshot of your result that you can upload in your application form online. Or you can pass the GRE. It's also an English speaking test online. And you select Join a School in France, code 1259, so we can receive your results online. You have the Tajmaj. The Tajmaj is a French test that you pass in person. So they have sessions in different cities in the world. So you have to consult the website to see the dates of the session and the cities. And you can pass the test in person if your city is listed. And for the TASEM, like I said, it's a test that was developed especially for the applicants of joiner school in France. So you can contact us, the team, and we will put you in touch with the TASEM team to pass your test in French and online. And it's really targeted for the African students. So for the step of the interview, we do interviews worldwide. We collaborate with many institutions and schools all over the world. Our main partners are Campus France and the French alliances, the CCI, embassies, but also partner schools. So when you do your application online, you will be asked in which city you wish to have your interviews. So you can just select the city where you want to have your interview. If your city is not listed or you have any type of issue, we also offer the option of online interviews, but it's really case by case. So you pass only one interview for the 5 schools. The interviews last 20 to 30 minutes. It's in English. The jury is composed of 2 alumni, so it can be an alumni of any of the 5 schools. And the themes, the topics that might come up during the interview are, of course, your academic and professional journey, your professional project vision, why you want to do the MIM program, your extracurricular activities, general knowledge, and many other questions. So for the application calendar for 2026, we already completed the round number 1. Right now, we're in the round number 2. The deadline to apply for this round is January 6th at 6 p.m. Paris time. Then you will have the admissibility results on January 22nd. The interview period will be held between January 26th and February 7th. And the admission results will be on February 28th. So we have 4 rounds, and you can apply to any of the rounds. Even if you apply today, you can apply for round number 4 if you feel like you will be ready later in the year. So you can consult all the information about the MIM program by scanning this QR code. And if you go on our website, joinerschoolinfrance.com, you can also go directly to the page dedicated to the schools and the program, and you will have all the information for HEC Paris, but also for the other schools. So this is the team. So if you need to contact us at any time, you have this page on our website. I handle Africa, Europe, Middle East, and North Africa students. My colleague Perlette Kabeya handles Americas, India, and Oceania. And my colleague Jing Yi handles Asia. So you can also book a call with us, like a video call. We have each of us have a schedule, so you can just select the project manager you would like to speak with, depending on your country. And of course, you can start your application today if you're interested. So this is my contact. You have my email address, my WhatsApp number. I will write them also in the chat, so don't worry. And thank you very much for listening. We are present on all of the main social media platforms, so don't hesitate to follow us to have some news and to learn more about Joiner School in France. So now I will pass the floor to Viktoriia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Binta. So I'm going to share my presentation as well. I can see already some of the students have questions on scholarship. So don't worry, we will cover everything in the next 30 minutes. So let me just share my screen right now. I hope you can all see my screen. Just give me 1 second.
Yes.
Do that because I want to include this. Okay, amazing. Perfect. So let's start by, Binta, you have already introduced HEC Paris, but I will do it once again. So HEC is one of the most international business schools in Europe. So as Binta mentioned, we are one of the best European business schools by Financial Times throughout the years. So in the most recent 2025 Financial Times ranking, we were ranked number 2. Our Master in Management is also one of our flagship programs that has been ranked amongst the top 3 best Master in Management programs in Europe. We welcome every year around 4,500 students in various degree programs of more than 130 nationalities. So on HEC campus, you will always find your own community, no matter where you're from, no matter what kind of background you have. So we are very, very diverse here, and we welcome diversity from all over the world. 65% of our students are international. So as I said, you will meet people from all over the world, from Oceania, Latin America, Middle East, Europe, the UK. So basically, really, really so many interesting people. HEC Paris has 7 international offices to help us develop our alumni networking opportunities. So we have a campus branch in Doha, in Qatar. We have HEC UK house in London. We have offices in Beijing, in New York, in Abidjan, in Berlin, in Tokyo. So as you can see, we are a very international school, and we also have more than 125 academic partners for exchange and double degrees opportunities, not only within the Master in Management program, but mostly within the Master in Management. And we will be able to talk about it a little bit later in my presentation. So right now, I would like to show you guys a short video of HEC Paris campus and of HEC Paris program. So I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed our beautiful green campus. So, and we are moving on to the learning approach of HEC. So we're really famous for our hands-on approach. So at HEC, you're not gonna only learn the theoretical side of the things like finance, marketing, and strategy. You will also work a lot on different case studies. You will work on company projects. You will do group projects with your classmates. So all of our classes are taught by a main instructor and never by a teaching assistant. And no matter what program you do at HEC, you will always be in a class of size less than 55 students. So 55 students is the maximum amount of students we allow in the classroom. This helps you develop your network with your classmates. It helps you develop your network with your professors and just overall make a more engaged community on HEC campus. So, and let's move on to the Master Management program at HEC. So, our Master Management is a 2-year degree program with an optional gap year between your first and second year. So, year 1 is called generalist phase, and year 2 is called specialization. So we will move on to the different kind of specializations that are available a little bit later. But here on the slide, you can see the class profile of our most recent class of the MEME program. The average age is 22 years old. The median GMAT is around 645, 655 for the last year. So if we're talking about GRE, our average GRE would be around 320 plus. We welcome 444 students approximately every year through international admissions. We also have 450 students that come from French class préparatoire. So that's the biggest program that we offer at HEC. More than 50 nationalities are represented within the Master Management program. And here you can see on this slide the program overview. So the first year is really a generalist phase. That's why it's a perfect program for students who come from non-business backgrounds. So for example, if you come from STEM, political sciences, social sciences, sometimes we even welcome lawyers and doctors. So it really depends on your background. We welcome everyone. The first year will really give you a very good overlook on different topics that you are normally taught in the business school, like strategy, marketing, finance, etc. If you come from a business background, you can waive up to 27 credits of obligatory courses that you have already taken during your bachelor's and waive them with electives. We offer more than 150 electives in the first year, so everybody will be able to find something interesting for them. The gap year in between your M1 and M2 is optional if you can provide us the proof that you already have at least 8 weeks of professional experience. We normally recommend all of our students take the gap year because this will allow you to gain some valuable professional experience with the help of HEC Career Services and with the HEC network. I'm sure you will have really valuable opportunities. Normally, students complete 2 6-month internships during their gap year. You can do it in any industry. A lot of students go into consulting, finance internships, luxury internships. You can do them in Mexico, in the UK, in France, anywhere in the world where you have an opportunity. And then after your gap year, you do a specialization, and we will talk about the specialization a little bit later. So here in your first year on this slide, you can see the core courses. This is the obligatory courses that you will have to take. As I mentioned, you can waive some of them if you've already taken them and replace them with electives. And we have a very, very large pool of electives on finance, on law, on sustainability, AI technology, cultural, strategy, media electives. So everybody will find their cup of tea in our electives portfolio. So I'm sure you'll be able to tailor your program really to your specific interests and your specific professional aspirations. So, and the year 2 specialization is the most interesting part of the program, in my opinion. So there are 3 main ways how you can spend your specialization here at HEC. So either you choose a specialization to do on HEC campus. So any 1-year master degree like international finance or marketing can be your specialization within the master in management. So if you go on our website and you will see that we have master in marketing or master in entrepreneurship, you can choose this program as your specialization within the master in management. And it's going to be exactly the same. You will have the same professors, the same study trips, the same opportunities after graduation. So master management is the most flexible, the program that really fits all backgrounds, that fits all career aspirations, because you can tailor your specialization to whatever interests you. If for some reason you don't find something interesting on HEC curriculum, you can always do a double degree with one of our partner institutions. We have double degrees with all the top institutions in France and abroad. So for example, I know students who have done the double degree with ENS Ulm on cognitive sciences, because we don't teach cognitive sciences here at HEC. We've also had students who did PREPENA, the public affairs program in France, corporate and public management, project innovation, human resources management. So there are a lot of different double degrees option available for all of the students. And here on this slide, you can see some of the double degrees that are available internationally. So you can see some of the very popular names here, like Yale, UC Berkeley, MIT, National University of Singapore, University of St. Gallen. So you can end up going to one of those schools for the whole year after the gap year, and in the end you will have two diplomas. So you can enter Master in Management at HEC and end up having Master in Management from HEC Paris and Master of Finance from MIT, for example. It really depends on your mostly on your GPA and on your performance during the M1 year. You choose your specialization during your M1 year. So when you apply, you don't need to know for now if you're unsure what you want to do afterwards. That's normal. That's why we also have the gap year to make you gain some professional experience, to help you choose easier what path you would like to follow in your specialization. And if you would like to get some international exposure, but you don't want to do a double degree, you can do a SEMS specialization. SEMS Alliance is an alliance of more than 35 institutions. HEC Paris was one of the 4 founding members of this alliance. So there are schools like London School of Economics, University of Corvinus in Budapest, University of Sydney in Australia. I don't know, there were like KU University in Japan. So all over the place, you can go to Latin America, Asia, Oceania, Europe, United States, and do an exchange there. Basically, you will study international business for 1 semester at HEC and another semester at a partner university. You can either do your first semester or second semester as an exchange. It's up to you and the double degree committee to decide what will be yours, how your specialization year will look. But this is one of the most popular options for students who want to gain international exposure. All students who complete a specialization at HEC will have an opportunity to do one of our certificates. So here you see some of the certificates that are available for our students. These are the programs that are 6 weeks, and they were designed by HEC in collaboration with our corporate partners, like, for example, Influential Luxury Certificate. Every year we have one of the luxury companies from the Kering group. So, for example, Balenciaga, Yves Saint Laurent, Pomellato, and many more that come to campus to teach the students the brand strategy, the marketing, different courses. They visit the headquarters of these companies. So it's a very enriching and helpful course if you're interested in one of those topics. For Master in Management students, it's not obligatory. It's an option. It's just an option that you have, and it can be done only if you choose to do the specialization on HEC campus. So if you do a double degree or an exchange, in this case, the certificates are not available for you. So, and in terms of career paths of our master in management students, it really depends on the specialization, to be honest. I would say top 3 choices of our students will be consulting, financial services, and general management. Around 8% of our alumni end up working in entrepreneurship, so they end up working on their own startups, or they join other startups. But you can do a government job, you can go into legal advisory, you can do marketing, you can do luxury, you can do private equity, M&A, media, technology. So literally you tailor your program to your specific professional aspirations, and it all depends on the specialization that you decide to do. So as Binta mentioned as well, almost 100% of our students find their employment within 3 months after graduation. The majority of our students get their employment when they're still enrolled in the program, because they already have their internship secured either during their gap year or during their specialization. When we're talking about career outcomes, I cannot not mention our amazing career support. So our career service center, which is called HEC Talents, organizes 5 career job fairs here on campus in person. So we have job fairs on specific topics like consulting, finance, data, law, for example, and we also have a general career fair that's called HEC Carrefour, and it takes place in January every year. There are more than 300 companies who come to campus to recruit the best students from HEC. We offer more than 14,000 internship opportunities for our students, and we have more than 80,000 alumni in our alumni network. So here on this slide, you can see some of the corporate and recruitment engagement that we've had in recent years. So our students are placed in all the top companies. They work in the MBB, in the Big Four, in luxury giants like LVMH, Kering, Richmond. A lot of students go into companies like CMA CGM, BNP Paribas, all the big financial giants of Europe. So whenever you end up getting your internship opportunities, you will see that you will always meet HEC graduates somewhere in any industry. So as I mentioned, our alumni support is incredible. We have 80 chapters worldwide. So we have chapters of alumni in Paris, in London, we have 6 chapters in Germany, we have chapters in New Delhi, in Mumbai, in Beirut, in Tokyo, in Beijing, in Hong Kong. So no matter where you end up, you will find the community of HEC alumni in the city where you work. So our biggest alumni communities are, of course, Paris and London. So these are the top destinations for our alumni, especially who want to work in finance industries. So, and yeah, as I mentioned, we have 80,000 alumni based in more than 130 countries. So you will find your HEC cohort spread all across the globe. I've seen already some questions about our campus. So our campus is located in a little town that's called Juillet-en-Josas. We have one of the biggest campuses in Europe. We have a residential part of the campus and more of like a nature foresty part of the campus where we also have a lake that you could see on the video that I shared previously. So all international students who apply within the first 4 rounds are guaranteed on-campus accommodation. If you don't have residency in France, in this case, you will get on-campus accommodation for at least your first year of master in management. And you can have on our campus everything that you can possibly imagine. We have a restaurant, we have a student canteen, we have a football field, a rugby field, beach volleyball, rugby. You can play rugby, you can play basketball, volleyball, handball, fencing. We have a rock climbing club. So everybody can find something interesting for themselves. We have a state-of-the-art library that is open 24/7 for our students, and more than 2,000 rooms available on campus for students from various degree programs. We have more than 130 student associations available to our students. So some of the biggest associations, the HEC would be Consulting, Women in Business, HEC Asia, German Society, but you are very, very welcome to join as many associations as you would like to do and participate in as many events as they offer, because our associations, they do not only cultural events but also networking events. For example, German Society organizes events with German companies on campus. We had HEC Air, which is an aviation enthusiast society that organized an event with Airbus. So it's really very enriching student life here on HEC campus, and not a single day resembles the other day, and you will find something interesting for yourself for sure. I can guarantee that. And we have already covered the admission process through JASIF, join a school in France, but I will just remind the students what kind of profile we're looking for in our master management program. So of course it's going to be a competitive management test score, either GMAT, GRE or TAJMAJ. We look for students who have cross-cultural sensitivity, so anything like any international experience. How many languages do you speak? Maybe you've done international exchanges or you've worked abroad. Anything will count towards the international experience. The academic excellence, of course, so that's basically your grades, your GPA. We will take into consideration your internships and your extracurricular activities, and of course, your strong motivation that you will be able to prove during an interview. On this slide, you can see the tuition fees for the last year. So also from this year on, we have a fee of 2,000 euros for all international students. So when I say international, that's students who do not hold a nationality from one of the EU countries or the countries that are associated with Erasmus Plus. So for Erasmus Plus, it's all of the EU countries plus Norway, Liechtenstein, Serbia and Turkey. So these are the 4 countries that are exceptions, and they do not need to pay this 2,000 euro fee. And of course, when we're talking about such a huge investment from the students' part, we must mention our HEC in-house scholarships. The scholarship process at HEC is really simple. In case of your admission, you will be considered for all of our merit-based scholarships. And as JASIF students, once you get admitted to HEC, you will receive a link to a specific form if you would like to apply for our needs-based scholarships. So if you are interested in scholarships like CIMA, CGM, or Equal Opportunity, you will have this. You will have an option to apply later once you get admission to HEC. So JASIF students will get same opportunities in terms of admission and in terms of scholarships as students who apply on our regular portal. The scholarships at HEC, unfortunately, are not cumulative, so you cannot get both merit-based and need-based scholarship, or both, or like, for example, HEC Excellence and CIMA CGM. The scholarships go up to 15,000 euros maximum, and they always go towards your tuition fees. In order for you to be considered for the merit-based scholarships like HEC Excellence, you don't need to do anything, and the scholarship results will come very quickly after the admission results have been published. So for the JASIF students, it's going to take a little bit longer because you will have a 1 week to apply for the needs-based scholarship. But don't worry, if you apply through JASIF, you will have the exact same opportunities as the students who apply through the HEC portal. And here on this slide, you can see if you follow this QR code, you will be able to join our LinkedIn, our Instagram, our YouTube, where you can find more information on HEC Alumni Life, on HEC students, on our admission processes, and just overall tips and interesting information. And if you have any further questions for me today, after this webinar, I'll be happy to connect with you at info-masters@hec.fr. This is our main email address, and I will be super happy to guide you throughout the process. Any questions about scholarships, HEC Paris in general, feel free to address them to us. Me and my colleagues from the recruitment and admissions team will be happy to guide you and help you during the whole procedure. And thank you so much for attention today, and I will be happy to answer any remaining questions in the Q&A.
Thank you, Viktoriia. While maybe, because I think we answered some of the questions already on the chat, I think we have Mr. Credo, Joel Credo.
Let me just go through the chat so I can answer some of the questions. Okay, so these are the questions that have been answered. So Satvik Sharma is asking, does having 2 years of full-time experience in an MNC affect our profile for the meme? So our programs, especially our meme, is a pre-experienced program. So we require students to have less than 3 years of full-time professional experience from the date of graduation from their most recent degree. So I graduated, for example, in 2019, which makes me ineligible for our master in management. In this case, I would have a better profile for our MBA program. With 2 years of professional experience, you are eligible to apply to the MIM, but it depends on what you're looking for. It might be also that our MBA program will be better tailored to your professional aspirations. So it really depends. I would recommend sending us an email, and me or one of my colleagues will be happy to guide you and make sure that you choose the right program for yourself. Pragati, hello, I want to pursue a technical role in finance. Would the MIM program be an appropriate program for me, or would open doors to only management related careers? No. So as I mentioned, depends on the specialization that you choose. So if you choose a finance specialization, especially in the capital markets, for example, we have a specialization in capital markets within the finance specialization. So yeah, you can end up working in a technical role in finance, no problem. We also have data programs. You can choose master in management and then end up working in quantitative finance later on, no problem at all. Pedro, I think you are asking about housing options. Yes, so our rooms depends on the size. From 650 euros to 750 euros, I would say on the average. That's the price, around 700 euros. So I think you've already answered the question about the GMAT. That's amazing. So
there is one question. It's actually regarding the essay questions, because in the JASIF questionnaire, students are limited. They have a number of words they cannot go above. So the question was, does the committee place relatively more weight on hard stats like GMAT, GRE, or GPA for consortium applicants?
So we take a holistic approach. So we'll take into consideration your academic excellence, your management tests, your extracurricular activities, your essays, your interview. I would say that top three most important parts of your application is going to be your grades, your GMAT or GRE, and your interview performance. So these are the top three most important criteria. But we will look into every element that you have submitted. And of course, we are looking for the best of the best students. So it's important that all of your elements, that all the elements in your application are top notch and that you put the most effort possible into your essays and your letters of recommendation.
Yeah. There was also a question about scholarship. I know you mentioned that at the end of your presentation, Viktoriia, but the person was asking for if she applies for session 2. Is she still eligible for scholarship, no matter the round she applied for?
Yes.
Okay.
No matter which round you apply for, you are eligible for our scholarships. And as I mentioned, if you apply through JASIF or if you apply through our regular portal, it's the same. It's just going to be a Microsoft form instead of a form on our portal, but that's the only difference. You will have the same scholarship opportunities and access to the same funds.
Okay, thank you.
I can see Adriana here is asking if I have dual citizenship. Can I apply with both or do I need to choose one? So I don't know how it works exactly on the JASIF side. For us, you can put up to 3 nationalities on the portal. I guess it's the same for JASIF.
Yes.
So yeah, you can apply with all of your nationalities. You don't need to pick one. You can upload all the nationalities that you have. So Shreet is interested a follow-up between on MIM versus MBA. It's usually recommended 4 or 5 years for MBA, but less than 2 years for MIM. So how do I, as a 2.5-year professional experience, place myself? So Shreet, it really depends on your professional aspirations and what are you looking for. 2.5 is a gray area where you're both eligible for the MBA and for the MIM. But for the MIM, it might be a little bit too much of the experience, and for MBA, it can be not enough. It depends on the quality of the experience as well. So I would say that you should send us your CV so we can really guide you better, because it's all will depend on the quality of the experiences that you have. Lino is asking for the essay and the recommendation letter. Should it be tailored for? Oh yeah, that's a question for you probably more rather than for me. Yeah.
So should it be tailored for the 5 schools, or should you already specify which schools you're most interested in? We recommend as joiner school in France that you do like a general letter for the MIM program, not for a school specifically. And you actually have in the application form online a question about which schools interest you the most and why. So you have the occasion to say, for instance, HEC Paris because of this reason. So you don't have to mention it in the how do you say, in your recommendation letters or in the other essay questions.
Yes, and it's also totally fine for us if you don't specify which schools you really want to target through the JASIF application portal. So nothing to worry about.
You can just say the MIM program because it's the same program for all the 5 schools. So, yeah.
So I will just maybe reshare my email address here once again. So if you guys have any further questions for HEC Paris later on, feel free to reach out to me and my colleagues at info-masters@hec.fr. And I can see that there are no more questions in the chat.
Viktoriia, I wanted to see if Joel is connected, our alumni. Joel, if you're here, now is the time. I don't know if he's in. I wanted him to share a little bit about his experience.
Maybe you can put your camera and the
microphone. If you're connected, he cannot open his camera. Can you speak? Can you activate your microphone?
Let me do it. I allowed you.
Okay, now it's possible. So you can hear me.
Hello, Joel. Okay. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, perfect. So we are lucky to have an alumni today. So Joel, I will let you introduce yourself about your application process with, we can see you. With your application process through JASIF and your experience on the campus of HEC Paris and what you're doing today, of course.
Okay, exactly. First, thank you, Fatima, for having me. Sure. Hello, everybody. So I am Joel Credo. I'm from Ivory Coast. I graduated 2023 from HEC Paris, and I'm currently working in finance in Paris at Data Advisory. So now I'm going to share with you my path to HEC Paris. So let's go back to Ivory Coast because at the time I was finishing my high school studies. Then I joined preparatory classes, and after my preparatory classes, I entered in a business school. And this business school was in partnership with HEC Paris. And at that time, only the best student could apply to HEC directly and then get the opportunity to join HEC. So I decided to try. So I prepared myself. I did the Taj March. I prepared for the TOEIC. I also answered all the questions asked by HEC Paris. That is what a direct application. And at the end, they only took the 2 best students. I was ranked among the top 5. I was 4th or 5th or 5th. I do not remember, but I had not been selected. And one of my friends told me about joining school in France. He told me that I had such great scores, so I could try. Then I decided to try. I gave a try from the first round in 2019. And I already had the Taj March and the TOEIC, which was pretty good. I answered the question asked by joining school in France. It was easier compared to the questions asked by HEC Paris. So I did it and I tried to show that I was a unique candidate, my experience from my association and also my performance at school. And hopefully I've been selected for interviews. And what was funny about my interviews is I applied when I was in Ivory Coast, but for my interviews, I was in London. So I wrote an email to people from joining school in France to tell them that I'm not in Ivory Coast, because at that time the interviews were done in presential in seats. Now I think it is done online, but at that time you had to do your interviews in presential. So they managed it, and it was able for me to do my interview in London. So I meet 3 alumni from joining school in France and 3 alumni from the 5 schools, one from ESCP if I remember. So I met 3 people and they asked questions about my motivation, my background, my professional career. And at the end of my interviews, I was sure that I did things very wrongly. I was sure that I would not be selected. I was so sad after my interviews in London, and hopefully I've been selected by 4 schools over 5, including HEC Paris for the MIM. And in 2020, September 2020, I joined HEC for the MIM. I did my first year on the campus in Paris. Then I did the gap year, 2 internships in finance. And after that, I did my last year, I did a joint degree with ex-Polytechnic, the entrepreneurship specialization. And it was my last year. And since September 2023, I started working at HEC Advisory as associate in business modelization and valuation. So that's it for the story. If you had any question, any position you would like to have, do not hesitate.
Maybe tell us about your experience on the campus very briefly.
Okay. So first year was, I would say, a little bit special, as it was, I would say, I like to call it the second part of the COVID-19. Things were closed, so we did all our lessons online. We were on the campus, and we did not go to a classroom. So it was the case during the first month of my first year. Then in February, I think they started reorganizing things. So we got the opportunity to go back to classroom, and then also associations start to restart the activities. So I would say that the real life campus experience started in February. Before, it was more online classes and also some parties between students which who were on the campus. So it was that was the story for the first year. And then for the last year, things were very great, but that was not in the campus, as it was a joint degree with Polytechnic. So we have classes in at HEC Paris, at Polytechnic, and also in Paris. I didn't have a bedroom or my house in the campus. I was in Paris, and I moved between these 3 seats: HEC Paris, Polytechnic, and also Paris. But it was a very great experience. It gives me a lot of things. During my first year, I had to do the international program. So all my lessons were in English. For me, coming from Ivory Coast, which is a French country, it really allows me to improve my level in English. I also made some international friends, which was very interesting, meeting people from India, from China, from UK, from US. It was very interesting discussing with them. The lessons also was very interesting, very good, and it prepares us for our job, for interviews. It was very interesting. Yes, so my experience at HEC Paris was definitely great. And just for my last year with a double degree with Polytechnic, I had a great experience, as I did some experience, an exchange program in Singapore, also in US, to visit Silicon Valley. So HEC Paris has been a very great experience for me.
And what are you doing today, Joel?
Today, I'm working in finance in Paris at HEC Advisory, which is a financial service company. I joined them 2 years ago in valuation and business modeling. So my job is simply to help people, including in M&A transactions. So, in M&A transaction is about selling a company to another one. And when talking about selling a company, we need to find a price. And finding a price necessitates some expert in valuation to use some financial metrics, financial rules in order to define the price of a share, the price of a company, simply. So this is what I do. It is very financial, technical things, very Excel things, and I like it, yes.
Very nice. Viktoriia, do you have any questions for Joel?
Well, first of all, Joel, I'm so happy to see you here. It's always so great to connect with HEC alumni. I always like to ask this question to all of our students. I know that your experience was different due to COVID, but what is your most favorite memory on HEC campus? Maybe your most favorite place where you spent the best time?
There are lots. First things I had in my mind is the party before graduation. At HEC Paris, before the graduation day, we have, I would say, a party during all the nights. So this is the first souvenirs which come when you ask a question. It was very interesting. But more about that, I also appreciate the Chateau HEC Paris because I'm a runner. I like running. And with some friends who created the Campus Runners, started just after COVID-19. So we had this ability to run in the campus, which is very big and very a lake for people who knows there is a lake in HEC Paris campus, so it's a very great place, very interesting. So yes, this place was really interesting. Also as a second souvenirs and friends, also friends, so parties, friends, and a little bit lessons, but at the end.
And maybe could you give a word of advice to the students that are listening right now on their applications and careers in general? I see a lot of people are interested in finance.
Okay. First thing, what motivates me to apply to HEC Paris was the motto of HEC Paris, learn to dare. I think, don't think that it is too big. HEC Paris is big, of course, but you have to dare, you have to try. So believe in you first. It was my case coming from Ivory Coast, Africa. I tried and hopefully it works. So first, believe in you. After that, you have also to prepare your application because it is a competition. HEC only takes the best. So you have to prepare your application. So make sure you prepare your essay. Yes, that's it. So you have a lot of questions. You have to try to show what is unique about you. You have to present your personal experience from academical experience and also extra academical experience. So try to show that you're unique yearly. And then for the interview, be very ready to talk about your motivations, why you want to join HEC Paris, why you want to study in France. Also be ready to talk about your professional career goals, because I had some question about that at my time. So that's the three, I think, main things I can say about it. Be ready, dare, and prepare yourself. And things will be good.
Really
Thank you
nice
so much,
advice.
Joelle. Yes, very good advice. Yes, guys,
Yeah.
believe in yourselves. Don't pre-select yourself by
Yes.
yourselves. So this is what I hear from the students all the time. Just let us do our job and make sure that we pre-select you or not pre-select you. Don't just tell yourself, oh no, I will never be admitted to HEC. I will not even apply. You can always give it a shot. If you have good grades, if you work on your GMATs or GRE, if you really put your soul into your application, anything can happen. So just don't unpreselect yourself by yourself and give it a shot. It can always work out.
Definitely. And
Yes.
like Joelle said, everybody has something unique. So use this opportunity to stand out during the interview. Thank you so much, Joelle.
My pleasure.
I think you gave us so many insights. So thank you so much to help the future, hopefully, candidates to the program.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Thank you. Viktoriia, do you have anything to add, maybe?
I'm just hoping to receive your applications, guys, and I'm hoping to see you next September on our campus. As you can see on my background, it's pretty beautiful when it's sunny.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
I think Viktoriia has added again her email contact. So guys, don't hesitate to contact her. You can pass also through Joiner School in France, of course. And I have put also my email address in the chat. And if you don't have it, you can also go on the website of Joiner School in France and you will have all the informations. And I will email you also after this webinar to give you again all the information that you need. If you need to reach out, if you have any questions.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be happy to help.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Viktoriia, for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.